Hi everyone and welcome to my channel Mystic Mim Tarot. Today I'm doing a reading from the masculine for you Divine Feminine. We will get a lot of different messages regarding what he would like to say to you right now. I will conclude the reading with several songs too. In this reading the genders can also be swapped. And this is only a general reading, not a personal one. So please take the cards that resonate and leave the ones that don't. Now let's begin. What would the masculine like to say to you today, Divine Feminine? I juggled you and the karmic because I wanted my cake and to eat it too. I was such an idiot to use my free will and create a life with this karmic. This union will never be blessed by spirit. When I did this, I completely changed my destiny. You no longer see it as losing me to the karmic. In fact, you view it as the karmic taking my burdens away from you to have to deal with. You view yourself as the winner who is now free of all of my issues and problems. You've been granted a positive new start by Spirit, Divine Feminine. You resent me for getting involved with the evil karmic because she has me but refuses to stop sending spell work your way. She is the epitome of evil in a woman. I became hot and cold towards you when I was pursuing others. I now feel that you are graceful and elegant, and you also have class, Divine Feminine. You are completely sick of hearing about the karmic's thoughts, feelings, or opinions. You've moved on from this toxic love triangle that I had you in, Divine Feminine, and you have never been more at peace. DF, I am a fallen twin flame. I did not do any of the work or healing, and I got myself caught up with karmic energies. You have now been given a front row seat to all of the toxicity, drama, and instability over here between the karmic and I. You have lost any interest that you may have once had in reconciling with me, it seems. You decided that if I didn't appreciate what you brought to the table, then you let me eat alone, Divine Feminine. I am a jealous player. I can have whoever I want, however, I still don't want you to get new love. I realized what a positive effect that you had on my life after you were no longer there, that is. In the past, you were so vulnerable and you confided way too much in me because you trusted me so much. Spirit protects you from any magic sent your way 24/7. Archangel Michael does too. I have always been a cheater and I'm very shady too. The weird thing is that replacing you with the karmic hasn't taken my thoughts of you away. I am still tormented by how it ended and how vicious I was with your heart. I know that you are a natural born healer, Divine Feminine. You are very much assisting people to heal themselves in their lives. You are as strong as an ox, Divine Feminine. The karmic amplified my childhood wounds. Instead of me working through them, she made them worse. She played on my lustful desires and encouraged sexual activity of all sorts, including threesomes, kinky acts, and even group sex. This is how she kept me stuck in a cycle with her, at the detriment of my own health. The Karmic and I both have others on the side. That's why this has turned out to be such a disaster. We both share a sex addiction. I juggled you, and that's why I could only give you breadcrumbs, bits and pieces of me here and there. I thought you would be around forever, regardless of how I acted. That is where I messed up. I overestimated the love that you had for me, Divine Feminine. I wasn't about to sacrifice my player ways for anyone. I've been living this lifestyle for way too long to change. That's why I rejected your love. I have learned how much I actually hurt you by this Karmic treating me in such a horrible manner. Now I understand the pain that you suffered with me. The fun times have worn off over here with this Karmic. I don't know what I ever saw in her. Living this life is nothing like I thought it would be. Put it this way, the honeymoon stage is definitely over. You weren't willing to be one of my options or even the main option. You wanted all of me or nothing. I couldn't give you that, so you walked away. Sometimes you feel upset that you even entertained me for as long as you did, Divine Feminine. The Karmic and I have all sorts of sexual encounters together. I prefer to not use protection. I am too reckless to care about my sexual health. Sometimes you are scared of the way the Karmic continues to send you black magic, especially when it is aimed at your health, Divine Feminine. You feel that I am toxic. When you think of me, you think of how much I didn't value you and how much I continued to trigger you. Some people will take you for granted and then later on realize how rare you actually were. This is exactly what has happened to me. You are a good woman, but one thing you won't do is force a man to realize that. If I didn't realize that on my own, then it's my loss as far as you are concerned. What else would the masculine like to say to you today, Divine Feminine? We got on better when you were in a lower vibration than you are now. Once you began ascending and vibrating high, we didn't see eye to eye any longer. I could no longer manipulate you. DF, not only were you abused, manipulated, and neglected by me, you were also left to clean up the mess that I left behind. You have a good heart, Divine Feminine. Sometimes this only attracts beggars, liars, leeches, users, and takers. You feel it is so unbelievable that I didn't have time for you, but I had plenty of time for the low vibrational karmics that I was hanging out with. You are working on your greatest project you will ever work on in your life, which is you. You are restarting, resetting, and refocusing as many times as you need to, and you are not giving up. You are on a mission, Divine Feminine. I didn't give you what you really needed me to. I ran in the opposite direction instead. This karmic is stressed because I am finally seeing the light and recognizing how evil she really is. Spirit is shedding light on her evil acts and her true character and intentions now. I never ever considered a long-term relationship with this karmic. I moved way too quickly and never considered the consequences of my actions when getting involved with her. I am feeling stuck with her. I wish I hadn't have been so harsh with you, Divine Feminine. You literally felt it in your soul when it was time to move on from me. I became extremely rude towards you when the karmic convinced me that you were the one doing black magic on me. It was her the whole time. I was a bit slow and didn't realize it until I had lost you. Now I feel defeated, tricked, sad, foolish, and basically like a complete loser. You have been cutting the cords, DF, from people, places, things, mindsets, and emotions that hinder you along your spiritual journey. I was living too much in my shadow side for us to actually make this work between us. We are actually both watching tarot readings to spy on one another, Divine Feminine. That is the funniest thing ever. I chose others because you were way too intelligent and you had a way of always being able to see straight through me. My two priorities in life are lust and money. These are some of the things that you had to realize, Divine Feminine. 1, you can't please everyone. 2, you can't force people to change. 3, the energy you invested in some people would not be reciprocated. 4, you will outgrow certain people and things over time, like you did me. 5, not everyone will want to see you succeed. And 6, setbacks and failure are part of your growth, and your growth is phenomenal. I never really gave you anything concrete. I avoided conversations about commitment or taking things to the next level. I love the fantasy of falling in love and living happily ever after. The problem is that I am not into monogamy. I am a polygamist. The karmic treats her man as a priority even over her children. It is so pathetic. You caught onto my deception, the third-party situation I put you in, the lies, cheating, and the betrayal. You are one intelligent woman, Divine Feminine. I've done the exact same thing to many other women in the past, and they never caught on to my sneaky tactics. You are guarding your energy, your peace, and your finances at this time. I had such a long time to change, but instead I stayed in player energy and constantly broke your heart and chose others over you. You are birthing wonderful new ideas, beginnings, and opportunities. You are so strong mentally, and your mind is so powerful now. You would be shocked at the extremes I have gone to stay in your energy, Divine Feminine. I have even done sex magic when I am with the karmic, being intimate with her, but only thinking of you. I know it is extremely sick. The karmic used mind manipulation when it came to me. Why am I sad at the moment and you seem to be so happy, Divine Feminine? I created a fantasy for you. No wonder you fell for me. I have done this to so many women in my life. You weren't the first and you won't be the last either. Given the choice, you would choose a vow of celibacy over getting back with me, I feel. You really couldn't care less about me giving you an apology. You have matured and grown past even needing one. You noticed a sudden change in my energy. This was how you discovered the lies, the cheating, and the betrayals. Something felt off and you began to investigate. Tarot readings helped to confirm your suspicions. The flaws that you pointed out to me about myself, I just couldn't handle, to be honest. God has put you on a pedestal and is blessing and rewarding you for remaining divine. I am suffering, though, due to all of the bad intentions that I have put out there into the universe. The Karmic placed chaos spells and separation spells on us, which caused us to go our own ways. Just know that until I heal myself, I will be toxic to every single woman who ever tries to love me. Shallow relationships have always been easier for me. In the past, you gave way too much of yourself to others, including me. You gave resources, time, affection, and love. That's why you felt depleted, tired, worn out, and like you were always running on empty. You don't fear being alone. You felt you were alone in a relationship with me anyway. Alone when you needed support, alone when I was flirting with others, alone when I gave you the silent treatment, alone when I was elsewhere doing God knows what. Alone, alone, always alone. We had a trauma bond. This involved intense ups and downs in the relationship with me because your brain became addicted to high highs and low lows. Healthy relationships give you a steady supply of dopamine. Trauma bonding withholds dopamine and then gives you a sharp increase all of a sudden. If you hadn't have escaped to me, you would not be in your life purpose now. You would be stuck in pain and suffering, and you would be sharing my bad karma with me that I am currently receiving. You are manifesting your dreams, and I cannot believe that you are in such positive energy. You are so resilient, Divine Feminine. I know that you are now aware of the way I was running you down and gossiping about you behind your back. The best thing you ever did was to take off the rose-colored glasses and see me for who I really am instead of who you wanted me to be. You no longer use your energy to worry. You use it to believe, to create, to trust, to grow, to glow, to manifest, and to heal. Your purpose now is yours to achieve on your own, and you will reap all of the rewards that come with it. I didn't think you could do it without me. That shows you how educated I am about spirituality. I have a lot of obsessions, and I also have an addictive personality. This explains the addictions to drugs, alcohol, sex, and the way that I am constantly stalking you, Divine Feminine. Sex without a commitment or love does not impress you or appeal to you, Divine Feminine. You have cut so many people out of your life recently. You deserve better. Whatever happened between us was not true love. It left you traumatized. DF, your life had to be completely shaken up, changed and rearranged to relocate you to the place you were meant to be. That place is right next to Spirit, where you are now. I thought that I could go out there into the world and find another empress, but all I ever attracted was an empress in reverse, this karmic. You are a true survivor. Be proud of yourself. You escaped my clutches, Divine Feminine. I love bomb women. I am smooth and charismatic. Divine Feminine, you feel that the worst pain is getting hurt by the very person that you once explained your pain to. One day you're going to come across a man that will worship the ground that you walk on. You won't stop until you find that man. He will love and cherish every inch of you, personality, body, mind and soul. And he will do everything in his power not to lose you. He will recognize your worth immediately, unlike me. Sometimes growth means leaving someone you love behind, someone you know who is not right for you, someone you tried so hard with. Sometimes leaving them behind is what it takes to reach the next step. And sometimes the best decisions in the world are the hardest ones to make. This is what you did by choosing to walk away from me and love yourself. Putting Spirit first in your life was the best decision you ever made, Divine Feminine. You had to set boundaries with me to protect yourself from further harm. I was emotionally and physically absent when you needed me. I made you doubt yourself and your place in my life, instead of making you feel valued and safe. I refused to give you clarity. I acted like I was confused about you, and I withheld the truth to stop you from leaving. When a moment called for honesty and vulnerability, I rapidly pulled away from you. Emotional maturity was when you walked away from me, the one who wouldn't choose you, and then you went on to choose yourself. No drama, no fights, not trying to force change, not trying to prove your worth to me, just simply aligning with Spirit and leaving me in the past. You are in the limelight, showing off your unique talents and gifts now somehow, Divine Feminine. You are receiving public recognition. I am aware that you are about to receive unexpected money. You had to learn how to protect yourself when you realized that you had spiritual warfare going on in your life. It placed you in your masculine energy because you had to defend yourself from the spiritual attacks. I was selfish. I had double standards. I expected you to stay loyal to me and only me, whilst I had others on the side. I never counted on you blowing up when I was no longer in the picture. I now feel unworthy of you, and I am in a depressed state. It was after the relationship ended and the fog cleared that you realized this relationship was so much worse than you originally thought. The spell work that the karmic placed on me is wearing off. Now I am in despair because I know the way I treated you was wrong and that you didn't deserve any of it. You are an earth angel. Your pain brought you closer to God, and when you became closer to God, you got this gift of the Holy Spirit of discernment, and you could see what you hadn't been able to see before, all of my betrayals. I feel cheated now because I had such a real one in you, and now I have to deal with a fake one. This is karma though. Not a single scar on your heart came from an enemy, Divine Feminine. They came from those that said they loved you, like me. You respect your energy now. You don't chase people that aren't resonating with you. Your energy is too valuable for that. Just know this, Divine Feminine. Narcissists, like me, stay with people who confront them the least and tolerate the most. And you were too switched on for my games and lies, whereas the Karmic is not. What else would the masculine like to say to you today, Divine Feminine? I still come out in your tarot readings because I will not leave your energy. I constantly think about you, Divine Feminine. It is a wonderful thing that you are now free of me and you can go on to live a happy, stress-free life. I know that you see straight through me, Divine Feminine. I may fool others, but not you. I didn't want you to get away from me, but I also didn't want to let go of my options. I have been doing my best to energetically block your new Divine Masculine from coming in. I am a very jealous man, and I refuse to let you be. It is unfortunate for you that you had to go through the betrayals with me to arrive at this point in your life. However, it is empowering for you that you have found the strength and resilience within that process. You trusted me and the universe, and one day you woke up and decided to move on, make the necessary changes, and never look back ever again. The Karmic is a liar, a con, a thief, and a fraud. Fancy replacing an empress with a corrupt Karmic like this. No wonder I am getting this bad karma. The Karmic's self-esteem is so low that she feels she has to continue to do love spells on me in order to keep me. It is quite pathetic. You have been in solitude working hard on yourself, Divine Feminine. I just wish that I had have told you the truth about the juggling and the Karmic. Then I wouldn't be receiving this horrible karma. I wasn't interested in changing for you, but I didn't want the cycle to close out between us either. The way I treated you was unjust and unfair, Divine Feminine. I left even though I still had strong feelings for you. It has been tough for me, and I feel conflicted every single day about you and me and what happened between us. I hate that you are not hurting the way that I am now. I really regret letting go of such a good woman. the story and how you feel regarding me, Divine Feminine. I stayed with you longer than I should have. I stayed because it hurt me so much to watch you turn into a selfish, cruel, manipulative man. So I stayed and waited, hoping and praying that you somehow go back to the person you were when I first met you. But I was in denial, and now I'm away from you, and the fog has lifted. I realize the person I first met was fake, and the person you became is the real you. What else would the masculine like to say to you today? The karmic is so mean and nasty when it comes to you. When I have sex with them, I close my eyes and pretend that they are you. The karmic doesn't care about herself, the house, earning money, the kids, or being independent. She is lazy and relies on me for everything. She doesn't have an independent bone in her body. The karmic told me that she feels that I am still in love with you, Divine Feminine. I made way too many mistakes in this connection, and I seriously doubt that you will ever forgive me, Divine Feminine. My family influenced me to let our connection go. The karmic is so angry that tarot readers are exposing all of the evil things that she is doing. When I became defensive with you and changed up on you literally overnight, that was when the karmic entered my life. When she can tell that I am in my own world daydreaming about you, she tries to distract me. Karma has finally caught up with me, Divine Feminine. I am not sure if you will be happy to hear that or not. You have a lot of spiritual knowledge, Divine Feminine. I gave to everyone else except you. You really trusted me way too much. I have a big mouth. I love to spread people's business around, including yours. You came to the conclusion that I didn't have much to offer. I was selfish and self-centered and not relationship material. I brought bad karma and bad luck to your life. You could never fully trust me. I can't even trust myself. You never want to feel the pain that I inflicted on you ever again. You are not willing to take a gamble on me ever again. I am so impulsive because I love the adrenaline rush. I have been observing you from a distance, manifesting your ideal life. I use sex to manipulate women. I thought that I had you where I wanted you. I underestimated your strength, Divine Feminine. My vices are definitely taking over my life at this time. Spirit set this all up so that now all I can do is sit back and watch you rise to the top. I was attempting to dim your light so that you didn't realize your full potential. You grew tired of my petty games. I pushed you away, Divine Feminine. You are optimistic about your future now. You have let go of worries and replaced them with excitement and optimism. I was damaged and I found it hard to accept real love as I hadn't experienced it before. You feel like I completely wasted your time, Divine Feminine. I did teach you various lessons though. I think that you now view me as a troublemaker who does terrible things to people. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong in my life right now. I know you probably think I deserve it. You won't fall for my old tricks anymore. You have ascended and your eyes are wide open. What else would the masculine like to say to you today? When you were dealing with me, you were completely out of balance. Your chakras weren't aligned. They are now though. My lies are being exposed and I know that you know everything that I have done. You have closed out this cycle with me, Divine Feminine. You listened to your higher self and moved on. You are excelling without me around. I put you through stress, confusion, guilt, shame, and anxiety, Divine Feminine. Ghosting you was wrong and very disrespectful. It was a reflection of my immaturity. I am so nosy. I am always up in your business. You only view me as a karmic lesson now. The lesson was having to learn about self-love. I put you in a third party even though you had no knowledge of it in the beginning. Spirit jumped in and exposed this to you, Divine Feminine. I regret being such a flirt on all different dating sites, seeking out attention whilst I was with you. We both lost something, Divine Feminine. I lost you and you lost time. I tried to create a trauma bond with you. I then disappeared all of a sudden so that you would be in pain and miss me. I did this so that when I did return, you would be so happy to hear from me. I am completely toxic. I am surrounded by a bunch of enablers who encourage me to indulge in my various addictions. The crowd I hang out around are no good for me, I know. I was never as mature as you are. I still don't have my act together. I need to sort out my life. However, I don't have a clue where to start. You are highly protected by Spirit, Divine Feminine. The way that my father treats women has rubbed off onto me. You gave to me until you had nothing else to give, Divine Feminine. I promised you a fairy tale, even though I wasn't really sure about what I wanted. I always made you second guess yourself. You are not even bitter or resentful. You are just relieved that you are free now and that you have found yourself once again. DF, you have been receiving downloads from Spirit. These downloads are making you aware of what others have been doing to you. They have helped you stay 10 steps ahead of your enemies. You attracted me into your life in the first place because your light shines so bright. I am completely out of balance. I didn't have the courage to fight off my demons. I had to meet someone bad like this Karmic in order to appreciate how good you are, Divine Feminine. I led you on and made promises that I knew I couldn't keep. I thought that you would always be there for me. I had to pretend that you were a bad person so that I didn't feel guilty about the things that I did to you. You are happy, blessed, stress-free, abundant, productive, and successful, and it is killing me. You made me feel the best that I have ever felt. However, I made you feel the worst that you have ever felt. You should actually thank me because I am the one who made you go in the direction of Spirit, which consequently led you towards your life purpose. God is blessing you, Divine Feminine, because you loved yourself. Now we will get some songs out of my song deck. These songs reflect how you feel about leaving this masculine in the past, the lessons that you've learned, and how you currently feel about your new life now that you have stepped into your power. The first one is Shining Star by Earth, Wind and Fire. Freedom by George Michael. Dancing with Myself by Billy Idol. Dancing Queen by ABBA. Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves. Right Through You by Alanis Morissette. I Will Survive by ABBA. Better Off Without You by Becky Hill and Shift K3Y. Walk Away by Christina Aguilera. We'll just get a few more songs. Now That You're Gone by Sheryl Crow. Fight Song by Rachel Platten. You Should See Me in a Crowd by Billie Eilish. Shout Out to My Ex by Little Mix. You Don't Own Me by Leslie Gore. And the last one is You'll See by Madonna. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, Divine Feminine. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Bye!